Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, supporters of rural broadband services were in Nashville this week encouraging legislatures to allow municipal electric utilities to extend their services in the area. The Tennessee Department of Health and the CDC is asking for the public to get those flu shots, and we'll bring you more video from the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce annual banquet, which was held Saturday night. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Hello, I'm Larry McIntosh, and I'm asking you to elect me to be your property assessor. I have worked as a CPA and have 15 years of accounting experience. In addition, I worked for 16 years as a classroom teacher. I have a strong faith in God, and I currently serve as Sunday school director and deacon at my church. My experience as a CPA will allow me to capably and professionally lead the property assessor's office. The taxpayers of Coffee County deserve a property assessor who treats them with respect and is fair, honest, and responsible. I pledge to be that person. I, Larry McIntosh, ask you to elect me to be your property assessor on Tuesday, March 1st. Early voting starts Wednesday, February 10th. Thank you, and may God bless.
Push it, pull it, or drag it in for our annual Cash for Trash event. It's going to be bigger and better than ever at all the State McNabb dealerships.
That means the whole month of February we are giving you $2,000 minimum towards the purchase of any pre-owned vehicle.
And we've received a huge shipment of new cars.
We're stacking them deep and selling them cheap.
So push, pull, or drag your vehicle in today for your $2,000. It's the biggest event of the year at State McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
And Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
And State McNabb Ford.
Cash for Trash Month is back.
Yes.
Yes! Welcome back. Advocates of rural broadband service asked state lawmakers this week to break a 7-year roadblock and pass a bill this year to let Tennessee municipal electric utilities extend broadband services into areas not served by commercial for-profit providers. But House Speaker Beth Harwell said on Tuesday that she doesn't see that happening this year. Harwell told a group of small business owners attending a National Federation of Independent Business lobbying day that the legislature is likely to wait until after the State Department of Economic and Community Development completes a study of that issue that it launched last month.
The Tennessee Municipal Electric Power Association, comprising the state's municipal-owned electric utilities, are pressing for action before the General Assembly adjourns its 2016 session by late April. According to the group's lobbyist, Jeremy Elrod, the bill allows community-owned municipal electric broadband to be offered to more people and lets communities decide for themselves what they want broadband to look like. Elrod said, in quote, "Many of our members provide gigabyte service, and this will allow them to get gigabyte service to people who have no service or limited service," end quote. An estimated 422,000 households across Tennessee don't have access to landline internet speeds that meet the Federal Communications Commission minimum standard for high-speed broadband. Another 1.6 million Tennessee households have access to only one provider, according to the association.
The Tennessee Department of Health has been advised by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention that reports of influenza are increasing across the country. TDH officials are asking all Tennesseans who have not yet had their annual flu vaccine to do so immediately, helping to protect themselves and to prevent the spread of the illness to others. CDC and TDH also urge persons with flu-like illnesses who are at risk of severe illness with influenza due to some health conditions to seek care promptly to determine if treatment with influenza antiviral medications are needed. These health conditions include children aged younger than 2 years old, adults aged 65 years or older, persons with chronic pulmonary conditions, women who are pregnant, and residents of nursing homes and other chronic care facilities.
CDC and TDH officials also urge clinicians to treat the very ill and high-risk suspect influenza patients with antiviral medications promptly and to not delay treatment for laboratory confirmation of influenza. Rapid office tests for influenza do not reliably detect influenza infection. People with influenza may test negative. According to TDH Commissioner John Dresner, swift antiviral treatment may reduce the severity of the illness in some patients and may save lives. Antiviral medications can also benefit some patients with severe or progressive illnesses after 48 hours, including those who are hospitalized. The CDC estimates that there were approximately 19 million influenza-associated visits to the clinicians' offices in the 2014-2015 flu season and 970,000 hospitalizations.
Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development announced Tennessee employers will benefit from paying less in unemployment insurance premiums in 2016. The state's taxable wage base decreased from $9,000 to $8,000 on January 1st, 2016. The taxable wage base is the annual amount of wages paid to an employee that is subject to state unemployment tax. This means taxes on the first $8,000 of an employee's wages instead of $9,000. During the economic recession, Tennessee's Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund became insolvent due to increased unemployment claims. In an effort to ensure adequate funding to pay unemployment benefits to employees who lost their jobs through no fault of their own, legislation was passed which increased Tennessee's taxable wage base from $7,000 to $9,000. The legislation also included provisions to reduce the taxable wage base when the trust fund was restored to an adequate funding level.
Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The wait is finally over. The 2015 50th anniversary Ford Mustang is finally here. This is one awesome vehicle. Let me give you a few stats on this V8 Mustang. 435 horsepower, independent rear suspension, 25 miles per gallon, and this is the one you've been waiting for. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Don't blink an eye or you'll miss it. Come by Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester and check it out. The 2015 Mustang, the all-new redesign, will leave you speechless.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Some 250 guests were present at the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce banquet last Saturday night as Blood Assurance was presented the Clyde Phillips Men's Store Business of the Year Award.
Okay, the next award is the Rising Star Award. With this award, the Chamber's goal is to celebrate someone who is relatively new to our business world. Someone who has added spark and someone who we see as a rising leader in their business field as well as in our community. The individual we celebrate tonight is always thinking about growing their business and sees the Chamber as a great resource. This individual is always exploring new ways to do things, and his constant energy and enthusiasm are contagious. He's always working to increase collaboration and connections with other businesses and organizations. And he and his lovely family are new residents to our area. But I'd like to ask Brian McAdams of the Tullahoma Funeral Home to come forward as this year's Rising Star Award.
I've already chatted to you. I think that would work good for the funeral. I just thank you all very much for presenting me this. I was not at all expecting it, but I'm very grateful and look forward to growing in this community and growing in business and growing with the Chamber. And if there's anything that I can do to help anyone, I'll be more than happy to.
Thank you, Brian. Back in 2007, the Chamber named its Business of the Year Award to honor Clyde Phillips Men's Store, which was a long-time downtown family business. The Business of the Year is selected for its contribution to the betterment of Tullahoma, and the nominees are considered based on the following criteria: returned investment in our community, chamber member and support of TACC's projects and goals, sustained employment, and exemplifying excellent service in their business. As we recognize Blood Assurance as the 2015 Clyde Phillips Minster Business of the Year.
Wow. You never cease to amaze me, Diane. Blood Assurance is a great organization. If you haven't visited with us, come give some blood. Blood Assurance came here in 2005 in really a call to duty for the Guy Gardner family. They were going to Murfreesboro and Nashville to give platelets for his wife who was gravely ill. And Blood Assurance and Red Cross both were asked to come to Tullahoma, and Red Cross said no, Blood Assurance said yes. And I'm honored to be on that board of directors, and we're so proud to accept this award tonight on behalf of all of our employees. Thank you very much.
Kathy Orr was presented the Extra Miler Award. Let's watch this video of her presentation.
The Extra Miler of the Year Award. This award is designed to pay tribute to individuals or groups in our community whose contributions, either through excellent job performance or community stewardship, are exceptional at all levels. The individual we want to honor tonight excels in both of these areas. There's a rare and special quality in the way some people live. However busy they may be, they still have time to give. The individual has set big goals and hasn't looked back since. Please join me with your applause to invite Kathy Orr, the Extra Miler public. Not even, yeah, Joe does. Joe, you can cover this when you get up there the next time. Thank you very much.
Tullahoma Realtor Darrell Welch was named CEO Partner of the Year. Let's watch as Chamber Executive Director Diane Bryant makes the presentation.
The next award is the CEO Award. Strong business sector support for a world-class public education system is what the Chamber's CEO, or creating educational opportunities, is all about. The support of 72 CEO partners is paramount to the success of this homegrown program that is over 20 years old. We're here tonight to recognize Loretta Welch, CEO Partner for 2015. This individual is a former Pharaoh Frog himself and gives back to the school every chance that he gets. I'd like to ask everybody to join me in congratulating Darrell Welch, the CEO Business Partner of the Year. They're going to be we figured that you had an errand to run. Tell everybody about that errand.
I was on my way to pick up my daughter, so I'm sorry, she's at the movies tonight. So, but thank you very much. Fair is great. Fair's great to everybody, and Fair's been good to me over the years, and that's all I can say. I'm not much of a public figure. Thank you.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Sam Krim, chairman of the Tullahoma Airport Authority, stopped by our studios recently and talked with Tom Corrington about business applications of drone technology.
Sam, talk generally about the uses. The thing we're most familiar with is we've been hearing for several years of the military use of them, flying over in Afghanistan, for example, and taking out a few Talibans. And there's a lot of controversy about that and the use that we put to them. But so we know it has extensive military use, but how about the personal and the business use? Talk a little bit about that.
Let's talk about the business use first. You know, that the drones can be used for agriculture, for surveying, for 3D modeling, for construction type things. You know, they can do crops, analyze crops, how they're growing by flying over it. There's just an inexpensive way to cover small areas without the expense of an aircraft, you know, an airplane or a big helicopter or anything like that. And they're they're evolving every day from the sensors and the technology, the capabilities of them. This particular model that's on the table, I can put in waypoints and it'll autonomously fly these waypoints at a certain altitude that I put in, or it will follow me. Or I can say I'm doing a construction progress, or I'm trying to focus on something. I can put it over the center of the subject matter and I can fly out how far I want to, and then I can turn, you know, set it to go, and it will fly a perfect circle at a speed that I set, and it will rotate all the way around the subject matter. So you'll be able to, you could do 3D modeling with it like that, because it's always precise with GPS, and it's got sensors on the bottoms for altitude and so on. So there's a lot of positive things that UAVs are used for. You just don't ever hear it.
Mentioned you've got it in your lap there.
Oh yeah.
Sam brought 3 pages worth of uses for this device.
You know, you've seen the videos where they've crashed into people at weddings, but it's good for that kind of something different for your wedding. But golf courses, promotional videos, 360 panoramas. A lot of people are now asking for these to when they do skyscrapers in cities and stuff. They want a floor by floor view, 360 degrees, so they can use that as marketing. So when their building's 100 stories high, they want to know what the view is going to be at 100 stories. So they measure it out with the
or 50 stories
or 50, and they measure it out, and then they do a 360, and that way they know how what the view that the customer will have out that window.
Are going to have,
yeah. Real estate, it's a good way to display and market real estate, commercial and residential. It's a good way to disaster response. You know, you've heard of some things in the news where they've used a fire chief up in Maine used a UAV to carry a fishing line over to somebody that was stuck on a little island
in a flood,
and he grabbed the line, and then he pulled over a bigger one, then he pulled over the life preserver, and then while he's doing that, they could pull him back across with that, and that made a big difference. They've used them for the Canadian Mounties have used them in Canada to find people, because it's got infrared sensors on it and such like that you have to buy that as an extra option, but it can fly that, and it's the heat differential. They found people that way, so especially in the cold.
Yeah, all these people get lost out in the woods or up on the mountain or somewhere. Yeah,
and it's a quicker way to dispatch and all. I mean, some occasions if you're having to cover a lot of area, they're not economical, but simply because this model will run for 20 minutes before the battery runs out. So you got to go out.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
And we'll be right back with more Newsleader in just a moment.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac is worth the short drive for savings that can't be beat. Take home this 2015 Chevy Equinox, 0 down, just $299 a month. Or how about this 2015 Chevy Silverado Double Cab, 0 down, just $369 a month. And as always, we will match or beat any dealer's price. So come check us out or visit us online at stanmcnabb.com. But please don't forget, when it comes to the best deals, if anyone can, Stan can.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home, our family caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. As evidenced by Tuesday night's inclement weather in our area, the National Weather Service provides the valuable service of issuing watches and warnings about severe weather. This video takes a behind-the-scenes look at how the warnings are generated and then passed along to citizens.
Hi, my name is Christine Welgus, and I'd like to show you how we at the National Weather Service office create warnings and send them to your NOAA weather radio. This is a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on from when we determine a warning is needed to the alert tone sounding on your NOAA weather radio. Meteorologists need to have an understanding of the overall weather situation leading up to a severe weather event. Therefore, we spend a good deal of time before an event to determine if the atmosphere is favorable for severe weather by looking at various weather models, as well as real-time data such as satellite and surface observations. During an event, storm reports are extremely helpful to us in order to make decisions on whether or not to issue warnings. Once these reports are received, we type them up in a program and send them out as local storm reports. Reports can come from a multitude of different sources, all of which we are monitoring during a severe weather event. One of our main sources for storm reports are trained weather spotters. Many spotters will call us via the spotter hotline with their reports. Other spotters may choose to utilize an online program called eSpotter, which sends the reports directly to our office via the internet. We also seek out reports from the public via social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter. Storm reports also can come in via amateur radio, as well as from law enforcement. We also have the capability to be connected with our media partners and emergency managers using internal chat software. Most importantly, meteorologists use Doppler radar and analyze the radar data extensively in order to make a decision to issue a warning. Once that decision is made, we utilize a program called WarnGen to generate the warning for the county or counties needed. After drawing the polygon or warning box, WarnGen will actually generate the text for the warning, which forecasters can edit and then eventually send out. As soon as the warning is sent, it is instantaneously pushed to our NOAA weather radio computers, which, within a few seconds, converts the text to a computerized voice and also determines which transmitters to broadcast the warning on. Then, you will hear your NOAA weather radio alert to let you know there is a warning in effect.
The National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a tornado warning for western Franklin County in southern Illinois.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a shepherd mix named Buddha. She entered the shelter as an owner turn-in after she became pregnant. All of her puppies have found homes now, and she is ready for a forever home herself. Buddha is approximately 5 years old. She's good with other dogs and children. Buddha is up to date on her vaccinations, heartworm negative, and will receive a free spay provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Be sure to check out the Tullahoma Shelter on Facebook for upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood, Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Ginger. Ginger is a small beagle mix looking for a forever home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
The animal shelter has served Tullahoma dogs for nearly 30 years. Now, you can help us build a bigger and better no-kill shelter. Your tax-deductible gift is matched dollar for dollar. So come on, bark it forward and donate now to have your tax-deductible gift matched. Make your check payable to the COT Shelter Building Fund and go to tullahomatn.gov to see all the unique gifts available for your generosity. For more details, you can call City Hall at 455-2648.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1938 at 70 degrees. The record low was in 1996 at -4 degrees. The average high on this day is 49 and the average low is 29. Mostly clear weather in your forecast for tonight with a low of around 23. Sunny weather expected on Friday with a high of 47 and a low of 27, and partly cloudy weather on Saturday in your forecast with a high of 49 and a low of 28. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us at Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families a wonderful weekend. Thank you.